Okay, let's get this over with.
Yeah, alright, yeah, bummer.
Yeah, man. Look, I know we just recorded a podcast, but we didn't actually record a podcast.
Yeah.
We left that conversation thinking that we had episode 2 in the can. But what we've done is flushed it down the toilet, man. No one's ever going to hear it.
Yeah, sorry I can't record, man.
I know. Well, look, you've got a flip phone, and that's all that matters. You can't do anything with it. It's all about the style. And of course, that when you end the call, you can flip it.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
You're going to have to wait another week, I reckon, to recover.
Well, I don't know what's going to happen. We have to go to the repair shop. Obviously, we both need counselling, and to really just to try and think about what went wrong, how we can do it better. And I had my
sound effects and everything. I had my sound effects going.
I know, and there's no way you could possibly do that again.
Oh, I can do that again.
No way. I mean, the timing was perfect. It was like Billy Ray Cyrus's stand-up, That's the kind of thing. And plus, I was making a lot of sense. Some of the stuff I said was just so on the money, I thought, my God, is that me saying that? That's amazing.
Yeah. We'll just put this episode up as this phone call about episode 2 not working.
Yeah, this is the damage.
Episode 2.
Yeah, what could have been,
Yeah.
I'm hearing that song, it's one of my favorite songs, man. You probably don't know. You know that song, Winds of Change?
No.
It's got that whistling. It goes, do-do-do, do-do-do-do. I can't do the whistling, but on the winds of change. And it's like, can you hear it in the distance or something like that? But it's got whistling. It's like, World War II. It's almost as dark as The Wall, really. I mean, you're thinking this is what Pink Floyd would have done if they were the Choir Boys.
But how come we didn't record waveform? This is only record MP3.
Look, nothing's guaranteed in life, Dan. This call could be recording, but then it might not be. We could say some of the most amazing, incredible things that people need to hear, but no one will ever hear it.
I was going to get you to take out the Ted Moray gang reference.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's probably... Well, now, but you put it back in again, in this call. It wasn't fucking in there.
Well, if you edit this call, you have to take that out.
No, I have to take it out again. I mean, there's nothing to take out from the last conversation because it doesn't fucking exist. And now you've brought it back to life. I have to edit it again, for Christ's sake. Look, what we needed to talk about, we could still try and just briefly summarize, that song that we were talking about.
Okay, so David Hasselhoff is a creepy guy that abducts women.
Right.
And ejects them out of his robot car.
That's right. In the Glebe in Sydney. Hasselhoff, jump in my car. We were going to explain that. That's what when we went through frame by frame, every single.
Man. We can't do it again.
Do you know how many frames there are in a second? 2.
24.
Oh, right. Sorry, I thought mine must have been different.
It depends. Digital, you can get 48.
Yeah, that's true, because there's no film anymore. It's just all splodges and kind of tidbits.
Yeah, but I'll eat something else, like life goes on.
But something about your arm was sore?
Yeah, still sore.
You're brushing your teeth. Yeah, I mean, what happens if you died and then we didn't get the recording? I mean, then I mean, you wouldn't be alive, so you wouldn't have to worry about it. But I would be forever haunted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It'd be like that was his last fucking conversation. And he was talking about Tim Tams, about Hasselhoff. He was talking about Ted Mulray.
Well, at the funeral, when you do your eulogy, you can talk about
what could have been
me eating Tim Tams and a beef and cheese pie.
Yeah, I'll have to get an actor to read your parts. I'll just try and summarise what it actually had happened in the conversation. I go, Dan today will be played by Steve Gutenberg. I just wanted to say how much I love the song "Jump in My Car," the cover version Hasselhoff did for his Australian tour, which actually went up the charts in England. It went to number 3 or number 4. I don't know what it is about England and why it's so easy to get appalling music to the top of the charts there, but that's the place to do it.
It's because they've got no sense of humour.
Yeah, there's no good comedies that have ever come from England that I can think of.
No, it's all American sitcoms are the best, you know.
Absolutely.
Friends.
Have you seen How I Fucked My Mother? How I Met My Mother, I should say.
No, I've seen
what
How I
about
Defiled Your Mother.
The Golden Girls? I mean, that tackled lesbianism, wrinkles.
That's a good show.
Who's the boss?
Who's your favourite Golden Girl?
The one that's dead now.
I like B. Arthur.
Oh yeah, she was hot. And she was also in the Star Wars Christmas special, she ran a bar there. It was a pretty good bar that was just inhabited by most of the losers that used to, hang around there, like Fishhead and Admiral Akbar's brother, Dennis. Satan Face, lots of racial stereotypes and amphibians with arms and legs like human beings. But anyway, they're all just like getting on the piss. And B. Arthur, she kicks them out.
Here's one of my sound effects that I used before. Here's my joke.
Okay, go.
So Han Solo walked into an Akbar.
Excellent. That was the setup and punchline, the whole thing in one sentence.
Did you like that?
I like the economy of it. You just did not dick around and safe sex if you are.
I feel a profound sense of loss and longing for that conversation that we had. Because we covered Han Solo. Yeah. We covered David Hasselhoff.
I know. It was like doing the most incredible poo and then not having a camera to put it online on ratemypoo.com. And you realise that you can't just leave it there, and you can't put it in the Smithsonian, so it has to go.
We're not doing this for us, we're doing it to entertain the people.
That was the mission statement, sure, but it's so much bigger than that.
Now people have been denied that recording.
Yeah, and they'll probably be denied this fucking recording.
Yeah, probably.
In which case it becomes this loop where we're driving ourselves crazy. I mean, we'll just have to go to a pub and just stand up and talk to people live on stage.
Yeah, have you seen... excuse me, mate, have you seen David Hasselhoff jump in my car?
Yeah,
mate. Of course I have. But then we'll be famous and rich. I don't know if I could deal with that kind of fame.
No. Oh, being famous and poor would be probably easier.
Yeah.
Like everywhere you go, like you're going out to your beaten up car, or maybe you don't even have one at all, you just got a push bike that's got a busted wheel.
But inevitably, going on tour, we break up after me complaining there were no beef and cheese pies backstage.
Yeah, everyone stuffed up your rider. You probably just missed home because wherever you went, there wasn't any mint Tim Tams.
Yeah.
No one's even seen a Tim Tam, and you ran out of supply. You got cut off and just started losing your mind and had to come back to Australia.
Yeah, and then David Hasselhoff would reach out to me and ask me to be in his next film clip.
Yeah, right.
And which is a cover of We Are the Champions.
Yeah, right.
And then I end up going on tour with David Hasselhoff, and the cycle continues.
Yeah. But, we mentioned about how he became the mayor of Winner, which is a town in California, which turns out it's just an Indian casino. So he's basically the mayor of an Indian casino. At least he's got some civic duties beyond whatever else he does these days. And he doesn't need to do anything. I mean, his net worth is close to $250 million.
Right.
I mean, Baywatch, as I might have mentioned as well, I mean, he personally bankrolled that whole series after the first season was... it was cancelled after the first season, but the Hoff, he came back in just steaming with so much enthusiasm and said, there is no fucking way that this golden goose is going to be buried. I'm going to restart it.
He put his fist down on the table.
Yeah.
And said, I'm going to put my money where my goddamn mouth is.
Yeah. He said, this is the 10 Commandments, these fucking 10 fingers. And you see what I'm going to do now? Hey?
These are the 10 Commandments of Hasselhoff.
Right.
1, jump in my car. 2, I'm going to take you home.
Yep. 3, I'm going to eject
jump
you.
Jump in my car.
4, I'm going to get confused about the directions on my sat-nav.
Yeah.
5, I need some petrol. 6, it's a right-handed drive car and I'm an American.
Yeah.
7, I'm in the glebe.
8, I need a hamburger.
9, I have soiled myself. 10, my daughter's posted a video of me drunk.
Yeah.
And that was the wake-up call.
Need a hamburger.
And yes, that's right. It was the wake-up call that he needed. And he's never touched alcohol again since his daughter publicly shamed him. So, if you ever have any addiction problems, you just need to be shamed on a international level via the internet, and you will probably get over it very quickly.
Yeah, that's only fair.
That's right. There's nothing that is more effective than shame to empower you, to make you feel like turning over a new leaf, I guess. I don't know. It worked for the Hoff.
Have you seen Knight Rider 2000?
No. I imagine that's the new version, is it? Or?
Well, in the 80s, he had this TV show, Knight Rider.
Is that the one with Jared Butler in it?
Probably.
Yeah, he's good.
But he had a talking car, which was the joke of the song.
Right. I think the car voice was by a guy who had cancer and had one of those dildos that you put against your throat. Yeah,
okay. Oh, yeah.
Not a dildo, sorry, a vibrator.
The robots in the 80s were really whiny. They was complaining, like C-3PO is just always, oh dear. And Knight Rider's like, oh, Michael.
Yeah. I mean, that was the thing back then. It's like a manservant, I guess, sort of making a man sort of slightly effeminate because they're serving another man, which is normally the woman's job. But in this case, who needs a woman at all? You just need an effeminate man.
Plus the very realistic threat of nuclear war in the 80s caused by neurosis in cyborgs.
Oh, absolutely.
Should we end this phone call because it probably hasn't recorded?
Yeah, it probably hasn't recorded. But that's the whole theme of it. Jump in my car, Dan. We'll jump in Hasselhoff's car. Okay. Yeah. We want to explain the shit out of this, but we just didn't get the chance to be heard.
It's going to be the last Jedi of our podcast episodes, I think.
It is. It's a river of tears. But people need to know that we're human beings too, We all make mistakes and we've all got things to learn. And
much like when Yoda set the Jedi Temple on fire, we've lost our way.
Yes, that's right. He was summing up the whole film, or actually pretty much the whole franchise.
But if people could stick with us till episode 3, I think they'll be well rewarded.
Oh, definitely. And, with the sidetrack, of course, was Solo, which we also briefly discussed.
Han Solo got his name because he was by himself.
Fuck yeah. That was pivotal. I mean, that's the whole reason that they did the film. And how he got the dice, of course.
They had to bowl for the Millennium Falcon.
They had to do what?
They had to bowl. They had a bowling championship and Lando lost.
That's right. And that's what they tied in the AMF sponsorship.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you were saying how there was some sort of deal that Han Solo got?
Han Solo got shoe hire, hot dog fries and a Coke for $12.95 and the Millennium Falcon spaceship. Yeah,
so the prices are basically the same in space.
Yeah.
They're like those fucking clown shoes.
Yeah.
I don't remember him wearing them. You never really... Did you ever see his shoes? I can't remember.
They're in the new Solo film.
Oh, okay. So you see that he's wearing those bowling clown shoes that he got from winning the Millennium Falcon. He probably didn't take the shoes back. And that's probably why Jabba the Hutt was after him. Because Jabba the Hutt was... he ran the bowling alley, and he was after... trying to make an example, basically, of Solo for not returning his shoes.
Yeah.
I think that was what was going on there.
Yeah, well, Darth Vader actually owns AMF bowling centres.
Yeah, well, see, there's a big market there for intergalactic bowlers, and obviously human ones who want to see more bowling in the Star Wars franchise, and that's probably what's made Solo so popular.
It's like playing Scrabble, right? You don't want to have to add up all the numbers.
Right.
Like, it's supposed to be about words, not math.
No, that's right. I mean, you want to be doing other things like drying your armpits over the hand dryer thing, and probably go and say hello to old Jabba the Hutt, and say, this is a mighty fine place, Jabba.
Speaking of Jabba the Hutt, I have to take a Jabba the Hutt at the moment, so I'm going to leave the call there, and I'm going to leave it up to you whether this airs.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can't air if it doesn't record. It's not like we're streaming live from the moon. We're not Buzz Aldrin and Kirk Hammett.
Yeah.
We're just two young, mildly amusing people with dreams of aspirations or perspiration, or just, I guess it's just masturbation, isn't it, really?
Yeah, it is.
Isn't that all art ever is? Well, we'll ponder that, man. I'm so sorry it went pear-shaped, man, but I think, yes, you've made some efforts and things, but your flip phone is a fucking joke.
Well, I tried to take it back and they wouldn't let me take it back.
Right. No, well,
I paid $100 for a flip phone because I thought it'd be cool.
Right.
And it won't record phone calls.
No, it won't do anything except flip at the end of a call, like you're in the 90s.
Yeah.
You say, all right, I'll meet you on the bridge.
What am I, fucking Tony Soprano?
Yeah, we could do, exactly. You say, like, don't you touch her till I get there, or something like that.
Yeah. Hey, wait, all this lobby.
Because that's my coleslaw. I'm coming down there myself.
Anyway, I'm going to go.
All right, well, look, we explained something. I don't know, we at least explained some of our own sense of suffering, I guess.
Yeah, some behind-the-scenes stuff.
Yeah, well, we can only try again. This is episode 2 of video explaining.
Right, keep it real.
Keep it real, man. Thanks so much.
Bye.
Bye.
Video explain.